That makes sense.
He has a problem if you went to the show and if he spoke to you. I think he just thinks that people sided with Kendrick and didn't.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So, Universal Music Group has officially responded to Drake's lawsuit involving Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us diss track, accusing Drake of attempting to save face in the wake of losing a rap beef to Kendrick Lamar. According to Billboard, the record label filed a motion on Monday, March 17th, to dismiss the lawsuit, calling Drizzy's accusations against them meritless, as he filed the defamation lawsuit due to the public embarrassment he endured. So the motion read, plaintiff, being Drake, one of the most successful recording artists of all time, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist that he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds.
What else we got?
So you can't.
I know I kind of climbing out the bullshit. I'm trying to get out of there before we can introduce the topic.
That's the problem, man. Yeah. I'm trying to be a better person, and now y'all just looking like. Yeah, that's my problem with Rob Markman. Hey, everybody that know me for real know that everything I just said.
Well, you had an issue with Rob Markman too.
What the fuck did Rob do?
No, I don't have an issue with Rob Markman.
Oh, you just said that's my beef with Rob Markman.
We do need to rewind, but
you literally just said that's my beef with Rob Markman. That's why I was asking.
No, but I don't have a real beef with Rob Markman.
Got you. Okay.
Like my beef with Rob Markman is that he is too cool to get caught up in these beefs. So how he's handling these beefs or his Drake beef.
Oh, okay.
Right. With the whole. How he's handling that is very mature, responsible, political, journalistic. Just giving you facts, not saying anything wrong, having a little playful fun.
To be clear, it was also a little shady, but like
it was journalist shady.
Yeah, it was.
You may sue me.
Yeah.
But okay, so somebody pulled up an old Rob Markman clip of him interviewing Tory Lanez, where Tory Lanez was spitting a Lil Wayne verse, and I guess he stopped at the end of the final bar so Rob could say it with him. And Rob didn't. So Drake comments underneath, says, of course, this goof Markman can't finish the bar. Rob Markman responds underneath the comment. Ooh, comment beef. Responds underneath the comment and says, what did Rob Markman say? He said, well, I would call you names too, but you would sue. And then that was the end of the exchange. Yeah. So the next day I go to get my manicure.
That was a good one.
It's a good comeback.
That's a nice comeback right there. That was a body shot. That was a body shot.
I saw a tweet earlier. Someone called him Supac.
Supac, I saw that. Supac is funny.
That's funny.
Because he also has the Tupac Death Row chain that people were saying that he just purchased, which he purchased
they say it's fake or something, right?
Yeah, no, it said he got it a few years ago.
I know, but I think someone is coming out and questioning the authenticity of the chain that he purchased.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
But, so then the next day I'm getting my manicure and Rob responds on his platform, YouTube, and he's like, my response to, or whatever the caption said. And I click it, and boy, was this just the fucking cleanest reply that you could do. And I was so mad at Mark. I was so mad at Rob Markman. Too classy.
I loved it.
Nah, like it was shady, but classy.
Why does Drake have such beef with Rob Markman? That's the thing I don't get.
I don't know.
Because for Drake to be Drake and take the time to actually go into the comments of a random post to come after
some old ass content,
right? Yeah. It seemed weird to me.
Not to me. He seems to have beef with the way that everybody covered the Kendrick battle who didn't suck his dick.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
He has a problem if you went to the show and if he spoke to you. I think he just thinks that people sided with Kendrick and didn't give him a fair shot, and that manifests in these stupid beefs like this one.
Yeah, he's been on that since the battles, really. Maybe before the battles, some of the criticism has been taking place. I read an article in the New Yorker actually the other day talking about the decline of music review in general, music criticism in general, how like in the Rolling Stone or whatever, they used to just fucking bash people. And now it doesn't really happen as much because, partially at least because of fan bases being so rabid and annoying that it's not even worth
That's a good point.
Scathing somebody over. And,
That's a great point.
To your point too, the person themselves can now just fire back.
Or now I'm never going to do anything with you guys.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to punish you for it.
Maybe I just didn't like your album, bro.
The artists that want you to review their music, I feel like you can tell now. And most artists don't want you to review their music.
Unless it's positive.
Correct.
And it didn't used to be like that.
Well, I'm not even going to say that because you could be sitting here. I've waxed poetic for years, positive, and the second you say one thing negative, that's the one that they heard.
That's what I said. I said that unless it's something positive, we don't
But
wanna
they
hear that
might
shit.
not even know that something positive is happening.
Right.
I think a lot of artists just don't want you to review the music. When Killer Mike came up here, when Jid came up here, shit, when Offset came up here, you could just tell the people that, have you heard this album?
Yeah, yeah.
What did you think? I'm here to hear what you think. Versus the people that are playing a different game that don't really care about the reviews. They want to go to their controlled places,
Environment.
Yeah.
like their streamer that they fuck with, or Apple, or Spotify, or Zane, or just whoever they're going to.
Yeah.
Not somewhere that's so irregulated.
That's why I would love to see Drake, because I actually think Drake is a good interview. I think he's interesting and smart and funny and thoughtful. But he so rarely now goes to any platforms where he can demonstrate those things outside of the controlled environment. You know, like he's about to do this. I know he's about to do this.
Bobby L.
another thing with
yeah.
Bobby, another podcast. I would love to see him go out. It doesn't have to be here, although I think it'd be amazing here. But like,
Not invited up here, buddy.
fair enough.
Not invited. But see, I like the running theme of that. I like his problem with hip hop media, and I like hip hop media's problem with him. I don't want it to end.
No, but just see, I want some answers.
I don't want no answers. He doesn't. Let me. Yeah, let's stop it. They gonna clip me all up. Let me calm down. Let me calm down a bit. I think I've gotten all the answers that I was looking for.
They've kind of manifested themselves. Back to your point that all the beefs that he's had with what's my man's name on YouTube that he was firing at before with the glasses, Fantano.
Yeah.
Fantano, like he was fired at him however many years ago. Rob, now everyone, you,
But
us.
there's no accountability for it. Like we may get our answers for why we think he did a thing, but I think there's something interesting about saying, Drake, why did you do that? Why would you pick this? Why do you have picks? Or why did you make this choice? Or why do you think you won the beef? Or why do you think you didn't win the beef? Or whatever the thing is, whatever feelings he's feeling, we get it through the music, we get it through representation, but we don't get it from him on the platforms where people can ask questions back. And I just don't like that. And it's not just him. I mean, we see that with a lot of big stars. They just don't go on platforms anymore.
Yeah, but it's different with him because now every day or for the rest of time, it just looks like a music video for Not Like Us. That's why. Stay over there with Aiden Ross. stay over there with Bobby. Stay wherever you feel comfortable at. Right? You're still not. That's still a controlled environment.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
But stay over there. Like I kind of take offense that he even is calling Rob Markman a goof.
Yeah.
Rob Markman is comfortable
Solid.
in his skin.
Word.
Yes.
Never did nothing wrong
And a
to
good dude.
nobody.
Yeah.
Just a good dude all around the board.
That gives a fuck about music, by the
He
way.
loves music, loves hip hop. He's a fucking
That part.
But if you're gonna stay in the white spaces, Drake, remember back in the day when people did Barbara. There was a point when Michael Jackson wasn't doing fucking local radio, but he would do Barbara Walters. He would do what I mean. He still went places where people asked him questions that he wasn't expecting, or that he didn't have that he couldn't control the answer to. Drake, go do that. There's a million places that'll ask you a tough question outside of hip hop context if that's what you want.
I disagree.
You disagree with which part? That he should do it?
That there's a million places that'll ask him tough questions.
Oh shit, I disagree with that disagreement. In this current climate, I think that if he went anywhere after the year that he just had, people are going to ask him hard questions.
Yeah.
Anybody with responsible journalism, at least.
Yeah.
All right, well.
And there's enough of those.
You added that part.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to go sit down with the people I think that he can't
controls
necessarily
it, yeah.
control a narrative.
And that's what I don't like. That's what I'm saying. I just don't like that. And again, it's not particular to Drake, although Drake is a big example of it because he's such a star. But I don't like that in general, how it's changing out. Because there's so many platforms, people pick and choose, and it makes it look like they're on a press run, or it makes it look like they're on a media run. But they're ducking all the smoke.
I think that's just where we are.
Yeah, I hate it.
I think it's literally where we are.
And you know what? Let me not center this so much around Drake. I'm kind of out of that celeb culture. Like, I think a lot of these people carry real dark energy. I'm not in talking to you because of who you are and what you've done. This is all for Drake now. This is period. I'm broadening this. I'm not with being around some of these people. Like, when you really get into how I feel about these things, I'd rather talk to y'all. I'd rather talk to y'all. I'd rather talk to myself. And I believe in all of that.
If you see a person's on the verge of healing, would you say if they did have dark energy but they're trying to heal, would you change your mind on that and sit down with them?
It wouldn't be just based on that. Like I'm not trying to be nobody's psychiatrist either. I'm not trying to be nobody's therapist. If I talk to you and you seem cool and I would like to talk to you again, then cool. It don't even say that got to be in an interview. Like, I'm not polling people to interview.
That's interesting that you say that, and I believe you. But the last month, we've had probably more interviews than normal. And so there are a lot of people who would expect you to be about to say the opposite, that you're trying to get more into interviewing people. What's your thought process about when you want to interview somebody and why?
It's a lot.
Okay.
Some of it is them. Some of it is y'all. Some of it is what's going on up here. But everybody that has come through here, I wanted to talk to. Everybody that's come through here, I'm a fan of. I would have talked to them if the mic wasn't here. I guess I'm speaking about the people that I wouldn't speak to off of a mic.
Okay.
And on the mic. A couple of them niggas that DM me, I ain't open it. When I'm not there, I'm not even seeing what you had to say.
I respect that.
Way to go. Way to get us all clipped up from the topic that we were supposed to breeze through.
Try to stop it.
Way to go.
You kept going.
I might edit it out later.
You said no edits today, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You got a busy schedule today. There's no time.
Yeah.
But I'm going to watch him and Bobby. I told y'all know I'm a fan of Bobby. Y'all know I'm a fan of Bobby. So I want to hear how that
Shit
goes.
looks fly too. The little.
I like the dry humor shit. I hope it does well. Shit, I hope I get some tea from it. But yeah, nothing really past that.
He saw you make the little offer to Bobby and came right back in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this tea is hot. This tea might be too hot for me.
I mean, Ish got the mugs.
This is the comedian that was murdered, Reggie Carroll. Rest in peace to Reggie Carroll, comedian that was murdered by Cat Williams's bodyguard of the same last name, who is now in custody.
Wow.
Oh, wow. What
I
happened?
didn't hear that story.
Yeah, this is new.
Oh, y'all didn't hear that story?
No.
Reggie Carroll, comedian who has been on tour with Cat Williams, and this might have been at a tour stop, was murdered on Cat Williams' block. Some comedians are saying he was murdered on Cat Williams' doorstep. I don't know those details, but these are things that's being said. The gentleman, I want to say his name is Trinell Williams, who police have in custody.
Okay.
Worked on and off as Cat Williams' bodyguard and may have worked that night as bodyguard on tour. Again, I don't know. Details are still coming in, but it's a hot story. Rest in peace to Reggie Carroll.
Yeah.
Reggie Carroll, really loved comedian.
Yeah, there's not a lot of information here still.
Yeah, there's not much. It was in Mississippi. That's a scary story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
I got it.
Yep, thank you.
I got it. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys.
Never heard of Joe Budden?
Girl, you're looking sweet tonight. Wish that I could love you right in a special way.
All right, what do we got? What do we got? While y'all think of it, I'm going to give a special announcement. I'm going to make a special announcement to her. I was on Instagram and her was posting. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
Looking as good as could be. And it triggered me.
Why?
Because she out here looking all good. I think she's trying to Frank Ocean us. I want to put her on the clock.
I think that she's been working.
I'm not saying she has not been.
I've talked to some people that have been in studios with her. I don't know if there's a timeline on releasing any of this music, but
when should it start to look like it? In October,
In
October, it'll be 5 years.
3 years ago. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like
4
time
years
is
ago?
flying, life is long, but it's
5
short.
years?
In October, it'll be 5 years for her.
That's crazy.
And I love her. I love the
Same.
last
Same.
album. I'm a
Amazing.
huge fan. I go see her perform. She kills it. Like, as a fan, this shit is starting to get a little sickening when all the people that you love are just going on 5 and 6 year hiatuses. Herb, please, if you don't grab that fucking harp and get your ass in the studio.
And guitar and drums and bass.
everything. Word.
Grab all them shits.
Oboe, violin,
Yeah.
ukulele.
Come on, I don't think it's fair. And she's looking amazing. She looks
beautiful.
But that's what pissed me off.
That Cali sun.
That's what pissed me off. She looking so good that you just know she enjoying life, not thinking about us.
Right.
Fans, what we got to say. She one of them artists that don't care what fans got to say. Oh, I hate that shit.
Not to say that her last projects weren't, but I feel like she's gonna have a masterpiece.
I think if you wait 5
And
years,
if you
should.
believe that, and if we're of that belief, then you let the artists take their time.
You let them do what they do.
I think the best example of that for me is Erykah Badu. I'm often not frustrated, but I'm often excited for the next project, and I'm often like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and it's always amazing. Everything feels like it was worth the wait. Even the mixtape, it was worth the wait. So I think her is of that kind of mindset,
Yeah, for sure.
where it's not going to be 5 years and you come out with some bullshit. Because that's when I get really pissed. When I wait 4 or 5 years and then it's bullshit, then I jump off the bandwagon.
She's way too good and affiliated with way too many talented people
Word.
for some whack shit to come out of this.
Gonna be some
Like,
Chris Brown shit on there or some collabs. That she's a monster, yo. She's amazing.
So, by the way, can we shout out Russell Westbrook too? Yo, I don't know if y'all saw it. He and his wife renewed their vows.
oh yeah,
Yep, after 20 years.
he's been married 20 years.
It was 2015. I think it was 20. I could be wrong about that. I could
Did
be
he
wrong.
get married right out of high school or some shit?
They met in college.
Oh, wow.
So maybe it's not. Let me check the years. But they renewed their vows, which I think is amazing for a couple of reasons. One, most celebrities marriages don't last that long, particularly athletes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They went to Italy. They had a beautiful. Let me see how many years it was. But it was a beautiful wedding. But also, just shout out to them for renewing their vows. And that was a question I had for y'all in terms of relationships. Like, is that something that y'all would think about? Flip, I mean, you're actually a perfect person to ask because
You've been married the longest.
you've been married the longest. Is renewing a vow something you believe in or will want to do?
I would want to do it. I don't necessarily believe in it, but I would want to do it if it makes my wife happy.
What about like living out your vows?
Yeah, you didn't have to renew them. Like you could renew them to
about-
better fit your lifestyle.
You could just knew him.
What about just what do you think
so
about?
hold on,
I'm not talking about you.
The last person that did that.
I'm not talking about you.
10 years.
I'm not talking about you.
Anniversary.
You can't. I'm not talking
The
about you.
last person. Are we talking about my family?
I'm
Yes?
not talking about you. I'm
Yes, never.
Okay.
I'm not talking about
Calm
you.
down.
And not in a negative way. At least we love your family.
I'm asking you to tell
love your
our
family.
audience what do you think about people just sticking to their vows?
I agree with sticking to your
All right,
vows.
that
That's
is
important
fine.
to a healthy relationship.
All right.
But I do think that sometimes you may fall up. Hold on. Oh, nigga sucking his teeth. I think sometimes we fall and bump our heads, but when you fall and bump your head, if your significant other is there to tend to your wound, then you know you're good.
Mark, this is why I wouldn't. Usually, the renewal of the vows. I don't know why that was giving me difficulty today.
You a little nervous there?
Yeah, it was. Comes after someone does something horrible.
That's the thing. That's
Oh, I
part
didn't
why I
know
was
that.
thinking about
Yeah,
it.
usually someone gets caught cheating or the marriage is on the rocks, so they renew the vows to.
I don't believe in
fucking.
renewing vows.
Unless it's he's right though,
How does that make sense?
because now we gonna go back to the drawing board. We
Right,
gonna
let's start
Band-Aid.
over. Let's get this fresh.
fresh start. Everything is a clean slate.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm about to sound horrible. Is a payment come with that or something?
A new ring, maybe.
I'm saying if somebody did something wrong to their partner, how do you bounce back with the?
Because you're recommitting.
It's almost like a fresh new
But
start.
how would you be getting the person that you just did wrong to agree to recommit after you did something
It's
wrong?
usually after the healing period. And by the way, Russell Westbrook, we're not saying that's you.
Yeah, no.
We know that. And it's for all accounts, he's a great family man. It's been 10 years for their anniversary. This is a 10-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
A lot of times, though, it's like in other cases, it's like we fell apart. I got you back. I'm on the right track. We happy again. You know, baby, let's do
Went
this
to
all over.
therapy.
Clean slate.
Clean
Yeah.
slate.
Yeah,
After you've healed, not like I got caught cheating. Let me make it up to you. You make it up with the ring.
Well,
You
some
make-
people do that too, but
They do. That don't usually work out well.
Yeah.
That happens unless it's a time thing. In the Russell Westbrook case, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, 50 years marks a milestone in which people start to renew their vows and have a little ceremony sometimes.
I tell you why I would
But
do
when
it
it's
though.
the 8th year,
It's for the party.
11th year, or the 13th year,
That's a red flag.
Maybe I fucked up. Take me back.
Somebody fucked up, right?
Take me back,
You
boo.
got to get your lady back. What judge went to get his lady back for?
Judge Mathis.
Yeah, Judge Mathis, man.
He
waited a long time. His wife left him, right? She
left him, yeah.
Yeah, and he
fought to get her back.
Baby, come back.
Would you do it, Mark? I'm not talking about after the wrongdoing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, just doing it.
he's
Absolutely.
in love. Mark is a lover.
I think it's also, it depends on what your situation was like when you got married.
True.
So if you had a huge blowout ceremony and you may not want to do that, or you may do a small renewal, right? Other people the opposite. If you had like a small first thing, now you might want to bring all your friends and family together in year 10 or 20 or whatever to celebrate it with the big festivities that you didn't do before. So for me, it would be one of those
Yo,
situations.
who came up with this? A woman?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I can't imagine some dude was like, let me do this again.
Although I would say,
Hold up, which one? Which one? Did baby come back? A man came up with that.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the how she came up with.
I will say that the idea of throwing another big ass party with my wife does sound kind of lit. So I do see how, even though we did have a big wedding, I would do it again just to have another big fucking party.
Spend another
He's a
200.
party guy.
Spend another 200. Something
If
like.
need be.
Yeah, something like.
If life goes well.
Life is welling for you, sir.
I mean, life's going pretty
Moving-
well. 200 for a party is a lot, though, yeah.
200 parties are unimaginable to me. I don't like parties that much though, but like that sounds crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm cool with the old vows, yo. Open up the junk drawer in the kitchen, get the old vows. Hey, let's read them together over marshmallows.
Y'all got a question for you. I see that since you joined the podcast, you but you mend a lot of relationships or make a lot of things clear. Because when I was going down the rabbit hole, I said, before you was on here, you would comment on people and say how you feel. But since you came on here, you would sort of like mend a relationship or say, I really didn't mean it like that. Or at this time, this is where I was at. I do respect the fact that you put the job first, for the sake of the business. But I do want to ask you, how hard is it for you to do that, right? How hard is it for you?
Give me an example.
Listen, well, like let's say, I just saw like academics speak about you recently, right? With Vlad, Vlad was speaking about you, and I remember you.
Oh, I didn't watch it, but I saw the headline.
Yeah,
I think he challenged me and Joe to a debate or something.
Yeah, some shit like that. But that's not the point. The point is, it's been a couple of relationships. That's the only one I can think of offhand.
Yeah.
But that you mend, right? But how hard is it to do that? Like, do you is it for the work, or do you generally feel that, hey, at that time I didn't mean to say that, or it wasn't that serious, or does the job make you rethink your attacks on people?
It never attacks, but I get your point.
Yeah, thank you.
Criticisms.
Criticism upon me.
It's both. I think you have to always account for the size of the platform you're on and the impact of certain things. So my job as a scholar, my job as a social critic, my job used to be as a journalist, as a music journalist, all these things were to criticize. But different platforms require different kinds of criticism. Like, this is one of the biggest platforms in the world. And so the type of criticism I'm going to give here is different than the type of criticism I could give on a platform that if I give it that day, it's over that day. You get what I'm saying? Like there was a time when I could say something on the radio or TV and it's ephemeral, it passes. But now if I come up here and say something huge, then it lingers, And so I try to be responsible because I don't want this to be a place. I mean, I'm listening to Joe talk about his dynamic with Charlamagne, right? I mean, that was a responsible response. Whatever, is like, because otherwise it could turn into something big and serious when it's not. And so that's sort of how I think about things. You know what I mean? And so in the case of academics, I don't have a beef with academics, right? So even if he says something critical about me or personal about me, for me to come out here now and respond, if I felt a way, I would be honest about it, but I don't feel a way. So for me to so I don't want to feed into something that an outsider might put gasoline on, and then it becomes a big deal when it doesn't. And then it's just two black men fighting over something. You know what I mean? Or me and Vlad fight. Why the fuck I want to fight with Vlad? I don't have no beef with Vlad. You know what I mean? I have criticisms of the way he does journalism. That's my job. He may have criticisms of me. That's fine. It's not personal. So I don't want to use this platform as a space for that. And then the other piece of it, which I'm learning from y'all, is sometimes, and I'm not talking about Vlad and academics, I'm talking about people who aren't of that stature. Sometimes, like, you give people life by being up here. You know, there'll be somebody who's not of a big stature who will talk shit, and then you're punching down. And then as you're punching down, you give people space that they don't need. You know what I mean? So some people I wouldn't even mention because of that, you know? That's how I see it.
Well said.
Very mature podcast.
Yeah, very.
Rob Markman would be proud.
He would.
Rob is too damn mature. Like, God damn.
He needs a little meanness.
You know what's funny? That's why I gotta stay immature.
You're not immature, bro.
I can't even.
You gotta try. Like, you reach for the immature.
Like, I have to
you're not
remain.
immature. You're not immature anymore.
Because there's too many people that are doing the right thing out there.
Isn't that what you want in life?
That's gonna make the content space just a blah. That's gonna make the content space just boring and whack and like, who's left to do it? If everybody just grows up. I gotta be the last man standing, man.
Nigga, you're not even. Nigga, I don't even see you saying the same things you. And like, you mature.
Yeah, I'm up to us. I don't care.
Not on that shit. Even when I try to go on my immature range, you try to mature me.
I don't have nobody to even do it with, right? Like, even this Charlemagne shit, it's old already. It's nothing. It's no. All that's left is people trying to make it a thing.
Right. Oh, I see. Okay.
It's nothing. It's nothing to this.
But do you feel like? Yeah. Do you feel like he slighted you in any way? Meaning, like, because
I feel like he can't.
No, because I remember something. I remember you saying that, yo, the issue with me and Joe.
No, see, that sounds spicy. That's not what I'm trying to say. Let me clear this up for Mark. I'm not trying to be spicy. What I'm trying to say is, at the root of our most recent beef, I thought that him and some of his minions were saying things that could affect my value and negotiating power.
Oh.
Today, I don't feel like that. And that echo chamber is silent.
Okay.
Today, I don't feel like anything said by anybody out there could have an effect on what I'm trying to do.
Let's see. Because
I wasn't trying to be funny.
He said that you and him are friends. Was friends. He was just saying that the only thing that he stated that might have offended you was that some of the spaces that you in, I think you didn't belong in, or you wasn't comfortable in some of the space. Something I forgot. It's on. He said something like that, like
water under the bridge.
Oh,
and it matters none for me. His opinion of me is just that. It's his opinion of me, and he's entitled to that. I don't have any. I'm gonna pick when I start the beefs with people. It ain't over this just frivolous nothingness. Like, it's over. It's 2025 now.
But you proved naysayers wrong, nigga. You proved them wrong, nigga. Single-handed, regardless of what anybody say about you, nigga. You built this shit from the ground up and proved everybody wrong. So what?
But that's part of
people
the game
have to double back,
which is why no, they don't. Nobody has to double back anywhere. That's
you don't believe in doubling back.
If my goal is to get from A to Z, and in between that is somebody just throwing shit on the road and the highway, okay, that's my job to get past that, not stop and cry about, oh, woe is me, they doing me so wrong. I'm off all that shit. I pieced it up with Vlad. I pieced it up. I don't have a beef with anybody anywhere.
Speaking of people you used to have beef with, do we care that Will Smith was using AI generated crowds in his videos?
And I never had a beef with Will Smith.
No, you didn't like when he first got on Instagram at all.
No, I just called something ahead of time, like I usually do. I called that ahead of time. Hey, this is a problem. This is before the strike in Hollywood. Yep. This is before. Hey, Will Smith being over here is a little funny. We should take a look at this. I didn't have a beef with him, but anyway, do what you like.
Yeah, he put out a tour video of his latest shit, and the people's faces were melting and shit in the crowd like AI videos do. You know what I mean? Like in the background. At first it looks good, but then if you take a look at the side, there's a dude with 4 eyes and they're holding up signs.
How common is that? Is that like is that a new trend?
I think it's common.
It's common, and I also read somewhere that there's people complaining on YouTube specifically where they're inserting AI shit in there, and I think that may be a scapegoat that they use for this at some point, although they haven't made a comment as of now. But they're inserting AI tactics into people's YouTubes without permission, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So that can get kind of complicated and weird because I didn't want that in my video.
I hope it stops, especially for Will. I'm waiting for Will's music run to end right now. and I actually don't think I re-listened to the album, and after listening to it again, like, you know what I mean, it's still really bad to me. But I did hear some remixes of it. Like they did that freestyle that everybody was calling. They did it over the Griselda beat.
Yeah,
and it was actually a million times better. So it makes me think about how the album could sound, you know what I mean, with a little bit of remix. But I'm kind of waiting for this phase to end, and I want Will to get back to acting. Yeah, because I think that's where he can recover some of his career. I was reading, well, actually, no, I wasn't reading. Someone told me offline sort of how much potential money Will has lost post Chris Rock. You know, from the white audiences, you know, who don't want to come out anymore, people who just feel away, just people being able to short him now just because they can say your Q rating is down and things like that. That is one of those mistakes.
Oh, I thought you was about to give me the number.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They gave me a number, but I
You can't.
I can't.